All right. So, you know the feeling you get when you go to the movies and sit through the previews, and after viewing countless Marvel movie trailers or the 20th Mission Impossible movie, something grabs your interest, and naturally you turn to your friend sitting next to you and you say, "We're watching that one." Well, let me introduce to you Mickey 17, a sci fi rom com from Bong Joon Ho. Bong Joon Ho? Uh, uh, Let me look this up. It's Bong Joon Ho. Anyway, let's set the record straight. I've seen all the articles about how this movie has lost Warner Brothers $100 million at the box office, and it's going to go down as a complete loss and a failure. But here at the Donut, we recommend this movie. However, it does have some major flaws, and there is many of them. But anyway, let's get into it. In this sci-fi rom-com meta commentary woke venture film dark comedy thing, anyway, whatever. This film stars Robert Pattinson as he plays Edward Cullen, a vampire who lives with his vampire family out in Washington. No, that's not right. This film actually follows Mickey Barnes, a down on his luck, gleeful idiot with a strange accent, who, thanks to his only friend, Timu, played by Stephen Young, gets roped into taking out loans from a shady loan shark to start a macaroon store. But as it turns out, macaroons aren't the cash cow they thought, and their business goes tits up. So, to dodge the shady, murderous debt collectors, they decide to sign up for a deep space colonization mission to a far off planet called Niflheim. Now, Stephen Young's character is the kind of friend who low key just uses you for everything, and you have no idea why you're even friends with him in the first place, except neither of you really has any better options. But, you know, we all got those. Anyway, moving on. You might be wondering why they're going on this colonization mission in the first place. And that's where we get to Kenneth Marshall, a flamboyant, racist, fascist, failed politician who totally is not related to Donald Trump whatsoever. But come on, Bing Chuan Ho. Anyway, after losing the election, he says, "Screw it. I'll just start my own government on my own planet and run it how I see fit." But that can't be the most logical decision. But then again, it's not far off from somebody I know. Early in the film, we see Mickey signing up for this expedition. But Mickey has no real skills or anything of value, really. So he signs up for the only job that he sees fit, and that's being an expendable. And no, not those expendables. Without reading the fine print, his job is to upload his consciousness and body structure so that when he inevitably dies, which he does a lot, so he can be reprinted using a future fabricator machine powered by general waste, dead bodies, and actual human shit. Yes, they recycle humans into waste for other humans to be reborn. It's confusing. But anyway, over the course of the film, Mickey dies in increasingly brutal ways. He's used as a crash test dummy infested with diseases, experimented on to find cures for those diseases, and just about any dehumanizing way possible. But he finds a silver lining because aboard the ship he meets a badass Space Force agent named Nasha. He falls in love with her almost immediately, and they spend 4 years, well, making the best of their time, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, honestly, I can't blame him. If I were dying over and over again, I'd probably want a girlfriend too. Well, I just want a girlfriend in general, but that's besides the point. Nasha, over the course of the film, truly loves Mickey and constantly tries to protect him and make him feel like he's not alone. But yeah, eventually, after those 4 years, we finally make it to the desolate ice wasteland known as Niflheim. And in all honesty, I don't know who would sign up to live on Hoth for the rest of their life, but fuck it. Mickey is sent on a mission to capture the only alien species on the planet, known as creepers. But almost immediately, humanity on the ship announces war on the only species there, which seems kind of odd because these creatures are just big worm, bison, cuddly things, but now, this is where we get to where the movie actually opens. Mickey falls into an ice cave. He's lying there, ready to die, and then Stephen Yeun's character comes out of nowhere, and instead of helping his best friend, he just grabs his flamethrower and all of his extra gear and kind of just asks him the question: what does it feel like to die? Now, this question is constantly asked to Mickey, which is kind of messed up because he didn't want to do this job in the first place, and he never really has an answer to it, which is funny to me because it's not exactly a deep question, especially if you know what it feels like to die. But it's only really something I would hear while passing the bong at a party. But I didn't have an answer for it either. Anyway, Steven just up and leaves Mickey, and Mickey lies there, just ready to be eaten by the creepers. Now, the creepers, as they get closer to him, it kind of seems like they're going to eat him, but they don't. And instead, they help him get out of the cave and send him on his way. And Mickey just starts kind of walking back to the ship, all business as usual, and goes and gets up into his room, takes a shower, only to find that they reprinted him. Mickey 18 is in his bed. And that just sets up the rest of the film because duplicates are illegal and he has kind of a target on his back for the rest of the film. But I won't go into any other details about that. But overall, Mickey 17 explores themes of identity, capitalism, and ethics, and what does it really mean to be expendable? The way Mickey is treated mirrors exactly how corporations see workers today, just disposable assets. Something like what I've heard of other Bong Joon Ho's other films and how he ropes in these social commentaries, but I have yet to see any of his other movies. But besides the point, it just wasn't enough to carry this film into the final act, and they kind of dropped it off after a good half of the movie. But in all honesty, the best part of this movie is Robert Pattinson, and he does play Mickey as a goofy but oddly entertaining protagonist who is just kind of a people pleasing weirdo. But Mickey 18, the recopy, the duplicate, later in the film, really highlights the duality of man. Mickey 18 is just the opposite of Mickey 17, but just mixed in with a little bit of murderous intent. And, the rest of the cast, great performances, but really underdeveloped characters. And that's one of the biggest issues in the film, is that it kind of just is a goofy sci-fi movie. Now, if they were to lean more into that and maybe add some more horror into it and flesh out the world besides just being an ice planet with one species on it, but it really just needs more world building, more character development. But that's enough rambling about that. I still do enjoy this movie. But after the second act, I did find myself checking the time and wishing that I had a pint and some popcorn because golly, I was bored out of my mind. And it definitely has many problems, and I'm not trying to hide that. But two-thirds of this film is great. The climax did leave me wanting more, but I wasn't necessarily disappointed. I just felt that there was a much better ending here somewhere, but with all that said, it was still a fun watch. Now, if you go into it expecting some grand level masterpiece with social commentary, and you're going to probably leave a little bit disappointed. I went into this movie just wanting to love it, but I left satisfied. But as a sci fi rom com with dark humor and existential horror, it was a solid 7 out of 10. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, if you just go and watch the movie with some friends, get some drinks and some snacks, and there's a really good movie in there somewhere. But also, this movie did make me want to check out more of Bong Joon Ho's films because I had never heard of him before. And maybe he has some other hidden gem of a film that follows the same style movie but better. Well, huh. Looks like I'm going to have to give that one a go. But anyway, let me know what you think of Mickey 17 in the comments. Was the ending a hit or a miss for you? Have you seen any other Bin Juan Ho or something films? Are they worth the watch? If you liked the video, drop a like. If not, that's okay too. See ya.